Hello everyone. Today I want to do a little bit of a next step, I guess, on the video I did yesterday about the domestic violence. Last night I was going through my normal routine. I stay up all night, sleep mornings and stuff, and it works great with kids being at homeschool and stuff, so I was up and just chilling, and at 1:03 a.m. I get a message. It says, watching you sleep. Now, knowing who it come from, I was just like, okay, it's still left on unread. I haven't even clicked on it, could really care less. But today I want to talk about scare tactics when it comes to domestic abuse. Everybody has something that they are scared of, and that's just being human. And when it comes to domestic violence, some of it can be, to a greater level. When you're leaving somebody, you know for a fact what they're like and what they're capable of. Some are worse, some is just verbal, some are complete psychos. Every step in domestic violence has a different category. I don't care how many people have done the same exact thing, it's never exactly the same. There's different intent behind it or whatever. Well, my son-in-law is apparently trying to use one of the scare tactics on me. Now, me being me, I was thinking about responding, and I didn't. But the first thing that came to mind was, if you're that desperate, then you want me to order you some Playgirl? Well, I was, nice, I guess you could say. Just didn't respond at all. But I know that he's doing that because he knows I see through his bullshit. I see through it all. He cannot play me for a fool no matter how hard he tries. And before, when I would speak to him, I spoke to him respectfully. If he asked for advice, I gave it. I wasn't a complete ass, but at the same time, I knew exactly who he was, what he was capable of. And, the big ego horse that he sets on, keeps getting higher and higher. He's very manipulative and everything else. Well, he's been stalking my other daughter's house and her husband, their new baby, telling them who comes in, who leaves, all this kind of shit. Like, they're not worried about it either. They aren't doing anything wrong, and the people coming in and out is because they had a new baby. People's coming over to see the baby. But he's wanting to turn it around and telling everybody, that if anything happens to him, he has SD cards encrypted and his friends have them, and he will mail them, and it is very incriminating. Well, apparently he thinks we're all dealing drugs. My ass is too damn broke to be dealing drugs. I wouldn't have the money to buy them, and I sure as hell don't have the money from selling them, and I can pass any drug test given to me. Now, my son-in-law has money. He makes good money at his job. He works 60, 70 hours a week at his job. The son-in-law that is accusing everybody of dealing drugs cannot hold down a job. In 4 months, he had 3 jobs. In 5 months, he had 7 jobs. I mean, come on. People who have money are not always just, dealing drugs. Well, that is part of what abusers do when they know their time is running out and they're going to be caught and they're going to be losing everything. They try to scare you. They try to manipulate you. Now, it's up to you if you allow that to happen. Everything has been reported. Not sure that they will do anything about it. but it has been reported, and to the, I want to say, proper authorities. However, around here nothing's very proper. But the whole moral of this video is, when you are leaving and the abuser comes after your family, you know, a lot of people go back. They don't want to see their family harmed. They don't want to see, you know, their siblings, you know, going through emotional shit and everything caused by the abuser, because they know what that abuser is like. But your family's there for you. Your family can do the same thing that I've done. Call the police, report it, reach out to YouTube people, you know, make the story known, let everybody know what's going on. The more public you make the abuse, the better you are, because then there's more eyes on it, and it takes away the control that the abuser wants to have. That's part of why I'm making these videos. I want to be the voice to everybody that needs it, and I want to help those that need the help. And no matter what I have to do that, I would try my best to do it. But for my daughter's situation, me making these videos is putting him in the spotlight. It's not letting him get away with it. And even if he doesn't get caught, you know, right off, he eventually will. But if he doesn't get caught right off, you know, somebody will see this video and be like, oh man, dude, I know you, I know what you've been doing. You know, and it closes a lot of doors for the abuser. The more public you can make it, the more active you can keep everything going to the public eye, will decrease the hold that the abuser has on you, your family, your friends, your co-workers, your boss, whoever is being manipulated or being threatened. And always seek, you know, assistance from the police. You may have to go around 1,000 people and end up contacting somebody on YouTube. But you know what? You finally get to that point. And as long as you stay active and you stay productive and you keep moving forward, you are loosening that grip that the abuser, the manipulator, the cheater, the liar, whatever, you are loosening that grip that that person has on you, your family, your life. And your life is the most important thing. It's the most precious thing out there. So, the response to that watching you sleep message was simply nothing. Because even though I had a lot of comebacks, I chose to stay silent. Because his attempt to scare me did not scare me. I guess it was supposed to. I guess I should be shaking in my boots. But it did not scare me at all. Like, if he wants to look in my windows, then, you know, what is he gonna see? Me watching Netflix? If that's what gives him his thrills, then okay, stay outside my house and watch all you want. I personally do not care. But, you know, it gets to be up to the point that the abuser loses all grip. And I'm talking about even the grip on reality. And keep 911 on speed dial. Make sure that your phone, when you call the company and you go off of data, that's fine. They can track you wherever you are. But if you call 911 from, let's say, your home where you're hooked up on Wi-Fi, they may not be able to track that. And they can, but it's going to take them a little while longer than if you just call directly off the data off of your phone. So if you ever get into a situation to where you have to immediately call 911, click that Wi-Fi button off and go just on data. Because if you have to put your phone under a bed or slide it under a dresser or something so that it can't be seen, they can track that as long as you have your physical address set up with the company. You know, it makes it a lot easier for law enforcement to get to you. And that is one of the biggest things about them tracking phones. Don't wait for them to have to get a warrant. They may not be able to get the judge off the pot. Like, seriously. Flip the Wi-Fi switch off of your phone, call 911, and use the data. And call your company and make sure that they know your home address. If you have a P.O. box or something like that where you get your monthly bill, call them. Let them know your physical address. Both your, street number, your box number, or your 911 address that was set up years ago. If you don't have the 911 address to your home, just go to the courthouse or to the police station and they can direct you on how to get the actual current 911 address, because of the simple fact some street addresses that they still use for the mail are not the actual 911 addresses. That's something I have come across. Now, I don't know if all states are the same or if it's just shitty ass Oklahoma, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So please check into that. And as far as it goes, don't let the abuser manipulate you. Don't let them set that fear in after you have left or to prevent you from leaving. I cannot stress that enough. They are going to be so desperate to keep you, and not to keep you, but to keep that control. They know that they've had months or years or whatever of controlling somebody, and that's what gets them off. That's what keeps them with that big ego and feeling like they're manly or womanly or whatever, Bailey. But as you take your power back, and I repeat that, as you take your power back, they lose their power. They lose their power over you, over your life, over your choices. They lose the power over your friends. They lose the power over your job. They all around lose power and control. And that weakens them. That weakens them to the point that they either go away, they go completely crazy, you have to call the cops, they get arrested. Like, each situation is different. But for yourself, take that power back. Don't let fear or manipulation or their lies be what holds you or pulls you back to that relationship. Because as long as you are alive, no matter what the other outcomes are, you win. You win. And as long as you win, they lose. So this was just a quick update about the domestic stuff that's going on. And on Saturday at some point, I'm not exactly sure the time, but I will be going live with Priest Logan on his channel, Facebook, YouTube, because I still don't have 50 subscribers. But we will be going live and we will be talking about some domestic violence situations, and also when they say Satan made me do it, in order to get a, psych plea or whatever, so they have less jail time. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an interesting conversation. So if you're not subscribed to his channel, that's fine. You can still watch his videos. If you are on a darker path, pagan path, I suggest you subscribe. He's got some really great information, and I will try to figure out how to get that video over to this channel. May have to just play it on the computer and record it off the phone. I don't know. I'm not into the high-tech stuff, and not ever going to be. So that's coming up. I will update when I know a time. Take it easy, y'all. Have a good night.